All right, welcome back to LearnWire. We're going to be looking at Kubrix, and this is a software that will allow you to generate viral videos for social media with a single text prompt. And what can I say about this? I mean, they have some alternatives over here to what this is. We've had a lot of these types of tools hit AppSumo this year. You know, the last years, it was all about AI writers, AI content writing, blog posts, all those kind of things, right? We haven't seen as many of those over the last 12 months. Those are fewer and far between now. But what we're seeing is a lot of video, AI video type of tools. And this one fits in that category where we're going to basically be putting in a topic and it's going to create some AI videos for us so we could go out and build channels, TikTok accounts on these faceless channels or faceless videos. So we're going to scroll down here and just get right into the pricing. All right, during AppSumo AI week, if you want to enter a giveaway, then the first link below, we are giving away, LearnWire and AppSumo have partnered on this giveaway, and we are giving away a tier 3 worth $147 of actual value, and for Followr, everyday pricing, this is a $536 value. So Followr is definitely one of the best and flexible AI automation apps that I've gotten real results from and traffic to my website. And so this is the software that I actually selected and picked that I wanted to give away because I got results from it, and it's a really good software. It's been around a long time. And so all you have to do is click the first link below, and you'll see the timer right here. So we'll be drawing a winner for the tier 3 giveaway for Followr for AppSumo AI week. So all you have to do is click the first link below. You'll go to this page and you can either enter your email here or you can sign up with Google as well. License tier 1 is $59. You're going to get 15 videos per month. You have license tier 2 is $109. You're going to double that at 30 videos per month. Now, you have this storage line that keeps increasing. I'm not really sure. I think that that's just how many videos they will store and then have to start deleting. That's what I'm going, because I've already used the tool. That wasn't really anything. You can't really upload your own assets and so forth. And so the storage, I think, is just how long they hold on to your video, having to remove or delete them. So then we have license tier 3 is $209, and you get 60 videos per month. And at license tier 4 is $469, and you get up to 150 videos per month. And I kind of did the calculation. You'd be able to do about 5 videos per day for 30 days. And that's what that would get you right there. And so far, you can see they're from Delaware, United States, and they have actually been working on this for over a year. Company size, still in the startup phase. They have been verified by Persona. Trustpilot reviews, you can look at them. They have like a 4.6 star on Trustpilot. They do have a roadmap. I'm not going to spend any time on that. And then we just have one review right here, and they gave it 1 star. And it was because of it had to do with they were doing it in another language. So it might not be the best review to, completely base your opinion off of. We just don't have enough information. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the tool. Now this is what the tool looks like. You can go over here and click on how it works. They're going to have a tutorial, kind of what each video for you would use each video. And essentially we can come over here and look at our plan. I've already created 2 videos. We are on, I don't know why it says free right there, because we're actually on a tier 1 plan, the 15 videos per month, 4K quality, all that stuff. So really, really simple so far. I mean, the UI is fine. And there's really not a whole lot to the tool. And sometimes I like tools like that where they're very simplistic. There's just kind of one thing that the tool was built for. You can tell that they do have a MVP, a minimal viable product, but it definitely has a lot more room to grow. And we will probably, if I can remember, after we do all this, we'll go and look at the roadmap, see what's coming down the pipeline. But we'll come in here and we'll create a video in a sec. But let's just see a couple videos that we have created. So you'll hover over here. These are the video under your library, what you have created. I do like the graphic when you hover over, how it kind of does an angle thing. That's pretty cool, like a little 3D-ish. We have this one downloaded already. I'm going to go and...
In a quiet village, whispers of dread spread as an evil man, once thought dead, returned home after 10 long years. His name was Marcus, a figure cloaked in shadows and dark deeds. The townspeople felt a chill, for they remembered the terror he inflicted. As night fell, Marcus walked through the cobblestone streets, his eyes burning with malice. Memories of his cruel reign flooded back, missing children, unfathomable secrets buried in the forest. The air was thick with fear. Old wounds reopened as he approached his decrepit house, now overgrown with ivy. The moon cast eerie shadows and the distant echoes of the past.
You can see some stuff pretty good, but you can see throughout, and I don't see any settings for this. So this is something that I would put in the bug category that they're going to need to fix. But look at have the subtitle right here, the captions, and they're cut off. We'll come over here, scroll down, and you'll see that some of the text throughout is just kind of cut off. And when you're really paying attention, you'll see like right here, the cobblestone, that whole part is cut off right there. So they need to be allow us to be able to put it on 2 lines, and that would help with that. And they also need to write in their programming that it's not allowed to be cut off, that it's an auto fit text, like that's cut off a little bit right there as well. So those are things like in a quiet village, and then there's just a WH right there, right? So the word doesn't continue. So those are some, I'm going to put that, they're going to get docked on that. Those are just things that I noticed right away. But overall, these are all AI generated images. It did we selected what kind of art. One thing I will notice is that I did select kind of an art type of drawing, and that's where we're getting this kind of style of art. But then we're getting, like this right here, an AI image of a forest, but it should still be in the art type form, like right here. So this is what we selected, but it's not staying consistent throughout the video. So that's going to be some more points deducted right there. But overall, is it able to create a video and a story for us? Yes, pretty good. Let's come over here and take a look at this one. This was a quiz video that we created. So you're just going to come over here. One other thing that I noticed, there's no way to click on this and look at a preview on this as well. So you can't preview it. You got to download it. And then another thing too, which is good, I'm coming right away with a lot of the cons or just things that I've noticed about the software after creating 2 videos. There's also no editor, right? We can't click in here, make edits to the caption, fix things up, maybe modify the text, and just maybe modify some images. There's just no way, shape, or form of a video editor in here. I think that that's the next direction that they need to go. So they definitely have a minimal viable product, but they do have a ways to go with production, if that makes sense. They need to be adding a lot more to the tool, but that is kind of why they're here, right? That's why they're on AppSumo, so they can, get user feedback and so forth. Hopefully they'll watch this video and they'll learn some things that they need to improve and then things that they need to add to the software. And I think that that's kind of what we're here for as Sumolings as well, is to, pick up these tools if they could be useful for us and then give feedback to the developers on what they would like next and what they need to improve on. I'm going to push the download button. And we'll go up here and we will watch this
Welcome to the Lion Facts Challenge. Test your knowledge about these magnificent creatures and see how many questions you can answer.
And what it's doing right here, you guys have seen these videos. There's something very interesting going on in the background. And then we're using that to help us with engagement and to also help us create unique videos instead of just having a black background or a solid background. It's just kind of boring. There's something funny and interesting going on in the background, which just that alone, people might watch your video to see what's going on in the background. So that's cool. I like that. And then we're actually doing a quiz about lions. So pretty cool stuff here.
Correctly. Question 1. What is the largest wildcat?
3, 2, 1, go.
Lion. Question 2. Where do most lions live?
And you can see right here,
3.
the text right here, there's no reason why this text should be kind of cut off right there. It just shouldn't. And so those are just little things that I notice about software. I also don't really like the really loud 3, 2, 1, go. That is something that this particular video engine is doing, which it gamifies it and so forth, but it's a little loud and a little obnoxious.
2, 1, go.
Africa. Question 3. What is a group of lions called?
3, 2, 1, go.
Question 4.
Yeah, so, the stuff in the background's great. The way that this video is coming out, it's a little obnoxious. There's some things that we need to fix up. When we come back over here, when it asked the question, lion question, where do most lions live? No, it was the other one about the pride. I believe that it didn't even have, Okay, so we're going to close that up. Now I'm going to show you how to build one of these. Now you have challenge videos, you have message videos, quiz videos, which I just showed you that one, and a news video and custom. So these are all different ways that it's going to kind of create the videos, but you still have to either have them come up with the script. The news one particularly, you're probably going to want to go to a website and summarize of some sort, and then probably get the news story yourself is what I would recommend. But we're going to do a custom story because I think that's the best way that I would use this software. And so we're going to select that, right? And then you're going to go to step 2, which is just really, straightforward. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it a little bit better. And so here we go right here. So we're going to go with English, and from the one comment section, it does seem like it's better English right now, but they do have other languages in here, but just kind of keep that in mind. We're going to stick with English. Another thing that I've noticed, so you can select the background music on or off. And if we select it on, you'll notice like some of these tracks that they put in here are pretty bad. Like I wouldn't use them. And then some of them don't, they either don't work, they're not loaded properly, or they don't let us view the preview of it. So I'm going to show you just a small sample. I mean, that one's pretty bad. And then you have this one, Aaron Smith, Dancing. That one doesn't work at all. We push play, it doesn't work. Then we come into this one, Call Me. This is what I used on the horror story, the scary story, and I think this track's pretty good. And then we're gonna come through here. That one doesn't work either, right? So I'm trying to push play and sample this one. That one doesn't work. And then we come to the next one. So let's just go with that one and we will just keep going. So one other comment on this is that there's only about 15 tracks and 5 or more of them don't work. And so they need a lot more attention in the music selection. And because when I come through here, there's no option to add own track. And they have some random tracks in here with audio. So the music is really, really, really going to need help. And so what this would make you and force you to do is actually probably select unchecked background music. And then you'd have to take this and bring it in and do further editing in another software and add your own music track, or just do no music, and upload this on your phone to TikTok or Instagram or whatever you're going to be using. And then from there, you'll add music at that step. So that's probably what you'll end up doing if you use the tool, because you're not going to be creating 100 videos per month and using these tracks right here. You're just not going to do that. Okay. So that's something to just be aware. And actually, you know what? I already showed you what the music sounds like. So I'm actually going to turn the music off on this one. Select AI generator. So we do have, I haven't tried Pexels and I haven't tried Google Scrape. So apparently those are in beta, and they, if you want stock footage, I'm not going to go with that because it just, generally speaking, the topics that we're talking about and stuff, it has a hard time. Most of these tools, they have a hard time finding stock footage that matches. So if there's an AI option, I'm going to use that because that's going to be, take full advantage of the tool that I just purchased, right? So AI image is definitely what I would use. You can select horizontal and vertical. I don't know what the limit is, but I definitely would probably estimate that you're not going to want to long form like 8-minute videos. This is not your tool at all to do that. I would just estimate 2 minutes or less. I just don't think that this tool is ready to even be able to create, long form 8-10 minute type videos and so forth. So I would just stick with vertical for now. Then we do have some pretty good options when it comes to the voices.
As we are liberated from our own fear,
I have never been hurt by anything I didn't.
The thing always happens that you really believe in, and the belief.
A single rose can be my garden, a single friend my world.
Gratitude is riches, complaint is poverty.
If you spend your whole life waiting for the storm, you'll never...
We make our own fortunes and we call them...
Ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes.
Just trust yourself, then you will know how to...
Government of the people.
Life isn't about finding yourself.
Nature is a mutable cloud, which is...
Life without love is like a tree.
And that's the one I used for the scary. I think Column is the one you're going to probably use for scary stories.
God has given you one face.
And love all, trust a few, do wrong to none.
Our distrust is very expensive.
It is not so important to know everything.
There is no greater harm than that of time wasted.
The world is round.
The years teach much, which the days never...
So those are all the voices. Let's select one, and we're going to go with a female on this one. Let's go find one.
Just trust yourself, then you will know...
Ideas are the beginning.
I like Matilda, so let's go with that one. And you only have a few options here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in that scary video, I used this one right here. I really think that the only ones I would use is this one right here and a first one. So I'm just gonna go with the first one right there. You can change the, if you want, let's just go with like a red color right here. And I'm just gonna go like that for now. And there isn't really anything else. These are just very simple settings that we can put on. So there's definitely, and the fact that there's no editor, we can't really control anything or even placement or anything like that with the subtitles or the captions. Here is where you'll select your video style. And you can see that they have cinematic, anime, realist, sketch color, sketch black and white, Pixar, Japanese ink, flat animation, anime, realism, fantasy, Lego. I mean, they have a lot of options here. That's really cool. Let's go with either stylized illustration or anime realism. And we're going to make like a video game type one, right? So then once you do select which one you want to go with, we're going to go with done. And then it's going to pop up this box and just the kind of the user interface and wizard and next step, if you will, kind of the user journey. When we click that done button, it pops us down here, and I don't like that, right? It actually needs to just pop open so we can put in our text right here what we want to make the video about. So that'll just be another little kind of couple points there for them to take note of that they need to improve about the user experience. So right here, I'm going to say a young girl loves video games and becomes a pro gamer at age 10. And I'm just gonna, that's the story. Let's see what it can do with that. We're gonna push the generate button. So now it's generating script for us, and it's gonna generate the script, and then we're gonna have a pop out right here. Boom, that's fast. And then you're gonna have a title. Sometimes it actually will give us the title right here automatically, and sometimes it doesn't. And so that's inconsistent. So right here, I'm gonna go and read what the script says. Now you have a max of 1,000 characters. So that just kind of tells you what your max is. I don't know how many 1,000 characters, but it's not going to be a lot. I mean, even just looking at the estimated word count right here, you're looking at maybe 100, 200 words max. So this is definitely goes along with what I was saying, that this is geared for short form content. So once upon a time in a small town, there lived a young girl named Mia who loved video games at just age 10, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so sounds good. There's our little story it created for us. Now, you want to pay attention down here, enter the images search term that will be used in the video. Now, I don't understand what this 3 images is right here, because it gave us, 10 or more images, and this is what I think it's going to be using to prompt the AI image to create the images, but I have no idea what this means. Why would we be limited to 3 images right here when we have to create an entire video? This part right here is very confusing. I don't know what the 3 images means. So that's confusing to me. I don't know if it's telling us that we can only control 3 images from this. Girl playing video games. Now you can you can modify this, and I had to do this on one of the other videos. So trophy on a table, crowd cheering. It looks good. Sometimes it doesn't come out good. It'll just say like dense. For example, on the scary story, it would just say like dense, but then it was dense what? Like forest, what? So like it had no noun. And so you want to make sure that each one of these at least has a noun, right? So it has something to create an image for. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Now we can go with add image. All it's going to do is add a text box here that we can put in there, but I'm going to go ahead and leave that. We're going to push the generate button, and the viral short is started. Now it says generate viral short. So this is completely targeted at shorts. I think that they probably should just take off the landscape feature. I don't, if you're geared and you towards viral shorts and vertical videos, and you can't put in more than 1,000 characters in a script, why would you even have landscape? I would actually take the landscape away and just, really hone in on what you do well with the tool and take the other part out, because all it does is just offer confusion to users, right? So we're going to come back in just a minute when this is done. You can see how many videos you have left on your account for the month, and the ETA is 2 minutes. And what I've seen is that it's actually pretty fast. So there's that story right there. I don't know why it is not putting videos here in this massive canvas right here. I don't know why it's not. When we come back over here to 100%, all this blank space right here with the user interface is just kind of strange. I would fix that. I would want to add one more video right here. So we would at least have a column of 3 videos at a time. I would even maybe consider 4 or 5 videos because they're so vertical and kind of, so you can see at least we have a progress bar, and you can tell that it's going to be, so far with these two, the video production was very fast. And so you can see it's just going right there. I'm probably just going to keep talking so you guys can actually see how fast the tool actually is. And there you go, we're at 92, and then now it's loading. So that was very fast. I think it created that entire video with the production. It created all the AI images, put it all together, put the AI voice together and stuff like that. And I believe that was less than a minute. I mean, that would have been about 45 seconds or so. So that part is very fast. Again, we can't do anything with this. And so what I'm going to do is just download, and then we'll go watch this, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. So you push the download button. It downloads very quickly.
Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a young girl named Mia who loved video games. At just age 10, while her friends were playing outside, Mia spent her free time honing her gaming skills. She played every genre, from platformers to first-person shooters, quickly mastering them all. Her determination and love for gaming led her to enter a local tournament, surprising everyone with her incredible talent. She defeated older, experienced players and took home the trophy. As news spread, Mia became a sensation, gaining followers online. By 12, she was streaming her games, inspiring other young girls to pursue their passions. Mia proved that age doesn't define your potential, only your dedication does.
Okay, so that was pretty good. Now, again, the captions, we need more options with captions. If we want to position them somewhere else, we want to make sure we align them or make sure they auto fit. That's something that needs improved in the software. It's pretty consistent. That video was probably the most consistent, where it kept with the type and style that we selected, other than that first where it is clearly not even animation. It just, for the first scene, it just decided to do a realism of image of a real person. And then the rest of the entire thing was animated. And then I would say too that the animated and that we selected, the previews, if that makes sense. Let's come back over here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. When we come over here and we select, like, look how amazing that anime realism actually looks. And then what the results that we actually got, I would say are subpar. They're not as good. They're a little bit more 2D-ish and so forth. And they're just not as amazing looking as some of these models right here. But, I did kind of sprinkle in the cons throughout the software. And so you can definitely tell that this is in production. They aimed to get an MVP, a minimal viable product in development. They did achieve that. We are able to create videos, and that's fine. That's all good and dandy, right? So if we were going to grade it just based on an MVP, I'd say that they did a pretty good job. Now, there's some things that they definitely need to work on, which the captions, the music that's offered and so forth. What we'd have to do is just download that, and then we would have to add our music later. Captions, we need more flexibility. The voices are good. I would say that there's nothing wrong with the AI voices that they have loaded in there. And the overall process of creating a video is extremely easy. So that's kind of how I would wrap this up. I think that they have a long ways to go. There's a lot that, like adding in a video editor, letting us be able to add in our own images, maybe some type of timeline editor to where we can adjust things. We can adjust the captions on different scenes. We can add transitions and make we've seen other applications that you will have the image kind of moving and making it even a little bit more engaging. Now, another big thing that really kind of sticks out is that the videos are not actual, they're just still images, right? So there's no AI video creation. Now, I did a video like a week or two ago, and you know what's out there. There are applications being built that can do complete, like, turn images into AI. So if you compare it to that, this tool Kubrix is already behind the 8 ball by not having AI video created. These are just all still images. I think most people are probably going to pass on this if I had to make an estimation. And I have to give a final score, and it just has to do do with what I know is out on the market and the tools that are in this exact category that have already hit AppSumo in the last 6 to 12 months. And I would have to say that this is probably like a 2.4. I think I'm being generous, but I'm going to go with a 2.4. Now, this is not, they have a long ways to go in order to get this back up to 3 or 4 stars or above. So 2.4 star rating. Do you guys agree with that? One last thing I want to do is I want to come over here and I want to go and look at the roadmap and see what's going on with the roadmap. So they've completed, introduced video categories, did that. So improve third-party integrations, 11 labs. So they are getting voices from 11 labs, video optimization tools. I didn't see that particularly as something. We didn't have any options for that. So in progress, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok integration. They didn't spell integration correctly right there. And this would be maybe to rename, delete, move, and more. So maybe they'll integrate those so where we can actually post them from there. Those are all things that people are going to be looking for a tool to be able to get, a 3.5 or higher score. Personalized video styles, Reddit story video, improved message video, AI-powered video synchronization, social media analytics. So before doing stuff like this, like social media analytics, I mean, you've got to build in an editor. You've got to allow us more customization with the tool. You've also got to Kling AI integration right here. So this is definitely this would be a massive, massive winner. I would move Kling AI integration over to in progress. I would start Kling, because if you can integrate Kling into this tool, the issue with that becomes offering a lifetime deal, but then having a very expensive Kling AI integration that will just completely tank this software. So they've got to figure out how they can do this in a sustainable way for cost and so forth, right? So that's all I have to say. This was Kubrix. Let me know what you think about the tool, if you agree with the score, and let me know in the comments if you watched the whole video. Just say something like, hey, I watched the whole video, thank you, or whatever. I'm going to be coming out with another video today as well, so stay tuned for the next one as well. I'm going to try to pump out as many as I can in the next couple of days so you guys can get my opinions and my deep dives on these tools that have hit AppSumo this week. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.